Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Kerbal Space Program. So I have a target in mind for us, and that is going to be... Oh man, are you freaking kidding me right now? Yeah, we're like on a totally different sort of orbital path right now. Or, well, the sun is shining in a totally different part of the moon right now, so that makes things kind of interesting. So hold on, let me look at my map really quick and see what there is to see, because now we have this, which is the northwest crater, and then this, which is the east crater. And if we land in either of those, that'll be real good stuff. Now it's just a matter of making sure we orient to it. So there's a couple different techniques we can employ in order to do this in the most ideal fashion possible. So since there's not that much daytime left on this one, we'll go ahead and try to get to that first. So's the plan. And what we're going to do first and foremost is try to determine, okay, where's 90 degrees? There's 90 degrees. So we want to add a maneuver, and that's just basically going to mark for us about where we want to be whenever we undock, and then try to set a path for, you know, the stuff. The things that we need to do in order to get over there. So we're not going to need that much for correction, but we are going to want to correct. Gonna come correct, sun, etc. Okay, let's undock, and here we go. We are now this guy. We want RCS and SAS, and back up a little bit. All right, and then we want to point towards normal, and then we will see how this turns out. Okay, and bring that up. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Our orbital axis is rising. Hopefully we're not crashing into anything. That would just be really dumb. Okay, we should be drifting away though. I feel pretty confident about that one. Alright. Yes. Where's your space station? There it is. Okay, it's way down there. We're already... Look at that. Like, you see this little tiny angle change, and we're already that far away. It's just nuts. I love it. Okay, cool. And then we're going to begin our descent way, way back here in order to make sure that we use as little fuel as possible in this process. Okay, we need to turn off RCS because we do not need it. Okay. The fuel situation is definitely getting a little chancy, so not the Pokemon. Let's see. Okay, and then we do like so. Still nowhere even remotely close to one another. I get really nervous about like crashing into the space station just because that would be the worst possible crash. Okay, and we will go ahead and stop there. Alright, now we fast forward time. And yes, again we are aiming for this crater. And all should be fairly well. Okay. And let's see, what's our elevation at? We got 30,000 feet, that's totally fine. Let's go ahead and kill some more of our speed. We're not quite ready to like go into landing processes, but we will bleed off more of our speed further away here to kind of make sure that we are going to land at least somewhere in the vicinity of where we would get our crater info from. Alright. We're not even hardly throttled up at all, but we're coming in really good. So this brings me a certain level of joy, let's say. Okay, and all right, cool. Let's say is one of those things I did not start saying until I started watching Scott Manley semi-religiously. So that's something I've noticed as I've been recording these videos. Even though it's been a little while since I've really partaken in a Scott Manley video. But whatever. Okay, let's see. What we want to do is try to land in this area. And I think we can manage that. Let's go ahead and try to figure out what's going to happen here. Okay. And we'll get it down to about 100 meters a second. And then adjust from there. Okay. What does it say? It says we're still going to overshoot it by a little bit. Let's see if we can... Look at that sudden adaptation of the view there, which is just super amusing to me. Alright, and Yes, relatively flat area is where we're aiming for, so that's exactly what we're getting. This is good news. Okay. And there we go. 10 kilometers above the ground. And already straightening out pretty well, and it looks like we've got a really good spot to land with. So, I like it. This is turning out, everything's coming up roses and all of that. So, sun's over there, shadow's over here somewhere. You can also kind of tell because the surface shading is actually really good in this game. So, okay. We're just going to slowly bleed off speed. And we're actually doing really good on fuel by the look of it. Or at least much better than how we handled it last time. Okay. Looks like our model is getting a little bit more detail, which is a good sign. Getting close to the ground here. Screen's going to flicker a little bit, but whatever. Alright, and... where's our shadow? It's probably way out there somewhere. Okay. Go. Alright, we're just going to leave on our engines very gently so that we aren't picking up as much speed so quickly. Again, I'm just waiting for this shadow to pop up. I determined that it's actually pretty easy to figure out where your shadow is supposed to be based on this galactic band here. And because the sun is always within the galactic band, so it makes it kind of easy to kind of determine where the opposite end of that should be. Alright, where's your shadow? Okay, let's adjust this. Ah, there's the shadow. I see it. Okay, good. Good. Okay, we're coming in a little hot. So, I'm going to get it down below 10. There we go. Perfect. Oh, our shadow's going to disappear, naturally. Because it hates us. This is like some kind of galactic game of Groundhog Day. We're about to experience about 2 more months of winter. Okay, and... ready. Oh, speaking of unduly galactic winters, poor Jeb. We really need to rescue him at some point. But on the list is getting rover wheels, which will make that whole process a lot easier. But here we are. We are in a new spot. Observe Materials Bay. And this is fresh data. Fantastic. Keep data. And this should drain everything that we need from these craters, which is going to be significantly more than we got from just the flyby, fortunately, but still kind of not so great in the grand scheme of things. Okay, we are going to log temperature, keep data. Fortunately, those barometers are so light they don't really bother me at all. Let's log temperature, keep data, observe mystery goo, keep data. And here we go. Cool stuff. Alright. Now it's time to already fly back. So that's real cool. Yeah, there we go. Log temperature. So with diminishing returns and everything else, I'm pretty sure... Oh, cancel. Okay, cool. That's 3 is going to be the optimal amount for just getting all of the data off of a particular section of planet there. So... it feels good, in other words, and we're in a good spot. So, and this is all... Hold on. Where are we again? Let's log temperature. Log temperature. And the moon's northwest crater. Let me check this off. Let's see. Northwest crater now has a double check. And I'm not going to try to make it audible this time so I don't completely destroy my piece of paper there. Alright, keep data. And take off. Spin. And lean to the east. Which is directly towards us, man. That's kind of frightening. That triggered something in my simian brain there. Alright. And same process as before. Get up to about 20,000 feet. And then make sure we attain an orbit of some fashion. And then straighten out our orbit. Go for the pickup, etc. Really easy stuff. No big deal at all. So, hold on. Let me... And there, and cool. I've got all my normal screens back. That was important. Okay. And yes, there we go. 20,000 feet. So we're not even that far away from the Mooner Station. So this is a really good system we've got here. And then all we need to do is catch up with it, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. And fast forwarding. It's not gonna let me fast forward any more than that, which is fair. All right. And then, here we go. We're going to pump up the jams and get going on this orbiting business. Okay. Pump up the jams. Pump it up. Such a great song to just play to pretty much anything that has a rhythm to it, like GIFs and stuff. I don't know. I saw a couple things to that effect recently, and they were super hilarious, so I'm amused by the idea. Alright, cool. So let's see if we can actually add a maneuver. Let's put it to 245, should be more than enough. Set target. Okay. Instead of playing this dancy, spinny, wait aroundy game. Alright, and then, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. Is it possible? Probably not. Okay, yeah, that looks not really possible at all. We're gonna have to play the waiting game, and now we play the waiting game. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We might be able to pull something out of our butts here if we try really hard. It's not going to be a very efficient use of our fuel, but it'll be a use of our fuel, if that counts. Separation, 44.8 kilometers. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like way off kilter with my orbit here, so let's go ahead and fix that first. How about that? Alright, there we go. We want to get both of these things right in the middle here. Flatten out that. Nope. Okay. And yeah, add a maneuver right here. Okay. And it will actually take the readouts from our... oh yeah, let's get rid of that. Oh, that's a maneuver for the space station. Totally forgot about that. So what we can do is we can just make this maneuver, since it's not going to require hardly any meters per second. We can do the whole thing with just monopropellant if we so choose. But you know what? I'm going to choose not to, just for expediency's sake, and to make sure our fuel is in the right numberhood that we want to be in. Okay. Okay, 8 seconds. 2, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to throttle it up just a little bit. And then bam. Okay. Yep, that's about as straight as it's going to get. Cool deal. And then let's go about a minute, 2 minutes in the future, add maneuver. Try to meet up with our good buddy, the space station here. Doesn't seem to want to, though. Okay, let's... Whoa, easy. Yeah, dang. We're in a pretty bad situation with that. Wait, hold on. What was... Oh, okay. All these little markers are confusing sometimes. Okay. There we go. That's the one we want to be using. Okay. Our fire time is still really low, so that's good. And then just readjust over and over again until maybe we get something a little bit closer. Yeah, there we go. But that's going to put us through the moon, which is not suggested. Okay. You know what? Screw that. We'll let it rotate a couple times. Let's go ahead and switch to... Just so long as our little proby guy doesn't all of a sudden unceremoniously disappear because he hit a mountain or something, we should be fine. First of all, delete. Okay, and then... Alright, let's do the 100x warp. And we're waiting to see him catch up to us. But of course the actual difference in speed is not so great, so we might be here for a second. No worries. So yeah, this is not a bad system. I like it. We can get all the data from these craters. We've got a whole new branch of sunlight coming in over here, so we'll get that crater next, and then maybe try to land in one of the twin craters. And that will be... Ooh, switch to. Thank you. And then we go to map. Alright. And yeah, that will actually end up being quite a bit of research, I imagine. And I don't know if it'll be 200 research, but... it'll definitely... I mean, if nothing else, what this is representing is our growing knowledge as astronomers here. Oh, there we go. Separation. There we go. Separation, 0.8 kilometers. We're probably not going to get a lot better than that. 0.6 kilometers. Never mind, I lied. Alright. And let's do this thing. And it's only 11.1 meters a second change, so we will be using RCS to pull off this particular maneuver, just because it'll allow us some fine-tuning movements that we will want to be making in order to pull this off fairly nicely. So, okay, 48, 30, 20, 10, and okay. And then as soon as this counts down, I will hit the H button, and that will make us go forward a bit. And H button now. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Get most of this out of the way, and then H button, the finer moments. Okay, cool. And, yes, engines are off. I imagine that gets us just about where it said it would. Yeah, 0.6 kilometers, we're good. So it'll be on the second pass by here. And yeah, that's a 7.8 kilometer split. No big deal. We'll take it. So here's our kind of pass. And then our really close pass. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ooh, hold on. We got major. Okay, there we go. I was auto-saving or something. One of the many things that the game likes to do, or games in general like to do, because I ran into that problem a lot with Factorio, where it would just like to auto-save every couple minutes. And once you have a really big factory, it is not exactly an opportune thing to have happen. We've only got a 15.7 meter per second difference. That is fantastic stuff. I'm really pleased with how well our fuel is handling as well. Like, we always have a little bit extra, although, once again, we'll probably have enough fuel for one more mission. And then after that, I'm going to have to run a fueling station up here, which might be fairly a non-zero part of the next episode, just to show off that creation that I was actually rather proud to actually get working. So let's see. Whoa, okay. And I'm not entirely sure what side we are aiming for. Yes, okay, there we go. Now we're on the uppy-downy. Okay. Trying to orient. There we go. Up, down. Alright, cool stuff. Alright, we got quite a few meters per second there, so we are going to immediately turn around and get ready to not be going this fast as soon as possible. Okay, wait until we're about 100 meters out, and then we'll start making our final approach. Good freaking stuff. So, next episode we'll probably, I'll do one more mission in between. I'll get the other crater, and then what we'll do is I'll get the fuel tanks up here, and we'll handle all that fun stuff that's entailed, or all of the fun stuff that is entailed with that, I should say. So, all right, and ooh, we're gonna pass right over it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what end we're pointed at, and I think I have an idea. Okay, let's do that. Alright. Okay, and then we're going to point towards that piece. Okay. Again, that's a lot of meters per second, so we're going to get ready to slow down. Just trying to get to a good point where I can face it head on and do this. So, no big deal, but you see how easy some of these missions get to be once you get the hang of it. Get the flow of events and how to do things and everything else. I could totally go into space now as a professional, I'm sure. So, you know, I'll see you on the other side. I'll be one of the first colonists on Mars, all that other stuff. A boy can dream. Let's see. Ooh, other way. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And, yes. Set as target. Control from here. And good stuff. Whoa. Alright, let's see. How are we orientation-wise? Whoa, man. I've actually got some pretty decent speed. You can see, like, all the glimmering, and that really throws me off most of the time. Like, it's just like, oh, glimmers and pretty. And not necessarily in the fun, oh, hey, pretty colors kind of way, but more of a terrifying, oh, crap. This indicates terrifying amounts of speed kind of thing. So, okay, let's move sideways. It's so off balance. I need to fix that. Yeah, Minmus Explorer landing pod, whatever you want to call it, is going to be significantly different. Now, if I knew of a good way to store more science stuff, I would totally be doing that. That would be the thing to do, I think. And then just take like a ton of reports back home. But I don't know if there is like a good way to store science. And like I don't know how much science you can store in a command pod. That's really the big question at hand. But I guess you could do sort of this try makeup here that I have, and maybe send it home like that with one command pod, and all would be well. So, yeah, basically, okay. I need to adjust quite a bit here. Make sure we're on the right track, and we're at least fairly decently lined up here. And yes, okay, cool. We're going to try to do things a little bit faster than we normally do because I'm tired of being a giant chicken sissy in regards to docking and all of that. There we go. That's what I want. Plus we got a ton of space, so I can kind of live on the edge here a little bit. It's always fun. Okay. There we go. Chicken wuss. That was the big how you piss off oh man, what was his name? Zell? I can't remember. Final Fantasy VIII, the dude with the Mike Tyson tattoo on his face, who was your brawler character. Man, I own that game on Steam. I need to play it at some point, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I have been playing Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy though, and that is its own beast for certain. Okay. Yeah, man, I really can't remember his name, and now it's starting to bug me. Alright, get up there, get up there, get up there, get up there. Get up there, get up there. Oh, 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 oh. Yes. I just remember he had a really goofy name, and he was one of the better characters to play, but he was just more or less like a comedic, what do you call it? Comedic relief character, if nothing else. Like, you could almost never take him seriously for any reason. There we go. That was a pretty decent docking maneuver. Yep. Whoop. There we go. Bam! Got it. Okay, cool. So, yeah, now I will begin my incredibly tedious and boring process of refueling everything. And I will subject you to it, as long as I can get away with it. Okay. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. We want to refuel that thing. Okay, cool. And, okay. And so, yeah, hold on. Time. Where are we at? 31:50. Yeah, we're a little bit over, so no big deal. Anyways, this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Kerbal Space Program. Thank you for sitting with me in that slightly superfluous bit of docking. And, yeah, and I will see you next time. Have fun.